All right, welcome to another episode of Graphic Designers React. Today we're going to be reacting to another set of NBA logos, and please like and subscribe, and let's jump right into it.
Whoa.
You guys don't know what this team is. Minneapolis Lakers, also known as the Los Angeles Lakers. Yeah.
You just blew my mind.
So that's kind of why they're known as the Lakers, is because they started in Minneapolis. But yeah, Los Angeles Lakers. So yeah, they started in Minneapolis, moved to Los Angeles, kind of like the Jazz, and that's why they kept the name.
Like, see how small like the little counter is in the A and how big it is in the R?
Yeah. It's just crazy. Even just both those end letters look pretty wonky.
Like,
And the S is rounded instead of sharp like all the other.
Yeah.
it's almost like they had the text for lake and they had to hurry and do all that.
That's what it definitely looks like.
Yeah,
for sure.
Just the font they used for they used the font and then they squeezed it down.
Yeah.
And didn't like shift and drag. And so it's just so squeezed you can barely read it. So after that they go to the logo that you guys now know today, yeah, Los Angeles Lakers, and they changed it from this a little bit, but this is kind of what everybody knows. A lot.
Speed lines are freaking sick.
That swooping R is very rad.
This is the thing too. They've been around for a while. You know, they've had some pretty significant players on their team. Because they moved, I feel like they can't rebrand much. Because how do you say you're the Los Angeles Lakers and then like change much in the sense of like, all right, how would you redesign a logo like that? You know, you can't just use a bunch of lakes.
Right. True.
I know they changed their color purple a little bit throughout the years, but it hasn't changed like at all.
But yeah, I feel like this logo is going to be around for a long time just because it's such a hard logo to rebrand because of the name.
It's so crazy. Like, you know, I've heard the name Lakers growing up so much that I don't even think of a lake.
No,
You know,
I know.
like,
Yeah.
at all.
As far as the logo goes, the font is very unique. Los Angeles fits perfectly.
Oh yeah.
The fact that they put the R with the swoop balances out the big L. And the only thing I'd probably complain about is the basketball. It's just kind of... But they do a lot of branding without the basketball too.
Yeah, it's cool how the L comes down and then goes up into the A. Like, I don't know, you just don't see that a lot, and it's quite cool.
I like it a lot. Yeah, I agree. I don't see how you would really move past this and make something any better, you know? Like, or at least closer to a lake. I think it's very iconic how it is for a lot of reasons. The speed lines, the nostalgia behind it, the serif font.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's not my favorite logo. And I think mostly I like it just out of nostalgia. What score would you give it?
Niner.
Oh yeah. Now I'm embarrassed.
Cool. Yeah. I'm not, like, again, it's not like my favorite logo, but it does use all the principles of design very well.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it's even got like complementary colors too.
Yep.
Yeah,
that
the royal
purple.
colors. Yeah, very...
Purple and yellow.
Yeah, I just really like the custom type on this. That R is super cool. I really like the A in Angeles.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so sick. I want to like use that for something. I don't know what. But
match with the Lakers. All right, the one you've all been waiting for us to react to. Chicago Bulls. We've had so many comments on this one.
what is the craziest thing about this is they've never changed it.
Yeah,
Not once.
it's wild. I wonder if it just has something to do with the fact that Michael Jordan played there.
So I did a little bit of research on this, and it turns out that at the time, the guy that owned the team, his neighbor was a graphic designer.
Whoa.
Forget his name, but yeah. He actually helped the team out by doing this logo because the team didn't have a whole lot of money. So he actually did this logo for like season tickets to go see.
Whoa.
Pro
That was
bono.
Which is crazy. But yeah, the owner wanted him to design it in the colors of his old high school, which was red and black.
Okay.
So that's why they chose that. He wanted to make something fierce, but he didn't want to go over the top. So this is kind of what he came up with. And then a fun fact, the designer for some reason really wanted to put the blood on the end of the horns. So that is actually blood.
Oh, wow.
It said something about him being fascinated with slaughterhouses or lived by them or something like that.
That's kind of...
Which is kind of gnarly, which almost makes it the team more scary.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, a big reason they haven't changed is because like a lot of the fans, a lot of people that are involved with the team, even the players, like they don't want to change anything because they've done so well throughout the years that they're like almost superstitious that if they change, like their legacy is gonna change with it. So
Very, very interesting. That's a crazy story. What would you consider changing it though? Would you consider changing some of the strokes, you know, on it? Like
I would
the strokes
consider
to be
changing some of the strokes.
Yeah, picking up some of those, add some line depth to a lot of
You
them.
can still keep everything, all the character and everything, but you can fix some of the strokes. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, the ears. I wish there was like some sort of line in there or something. I don't know.
A little more depth to it,
Yeah.
kind of the shape of the head.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The one that throws me off the most is just right in the middle of the head, the big smiley face. You can see a different kind of smiley. You can see a different face.
Yeah.
If you use that as the
Yeah.
smile.
I agree. Like if this was something that I was going to like update, you know, I definitely want to keep it like very similar, you know, but I would clean up the text and yeah, I'd fix a lot of like, maybe fix isn't the right word, but like adjust a lot of like the strokes in there and make it a little bit more dynamic.
Good on them for just, you know, sticking with it, not changing much. Kind of had the culture behind it. Kind of good on them for having such a great culture for that team. When was the last time they won a championship?
98 with the.
Maybe they should change something.
And maybe it's time, Chicago.
Haven't been very good since Michael Jordan.
I'm interested to see their jerseys.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if it's something they put on there. Yeah, next time.
All right, let's rank it, guys. Give it a 7.
Giving it an 8.
I have 6, so I'm not scared.
6, 7, 8. All right, yeah, I definitely think it is a very balanced logo. Just a few minor fixes, I think, would do it great.
Yeah, I think I give it an 8. I feel very similar to like the Celtics logo, is where I think it's something. It's really cool. They've got a great idea. It's nostalgic, and I think it's something that they could really build on and make a little bit more modern without having to change a whole lot. Like I feel like a lot of the pieces are there.
I think they got a lot going for them already. Don't get me wrong. But I do think it needs some work. Like that font text is just horrible. Not in itself, but it's just there, you know, like they just slapped it on there. And I don't know, I feel like you got that room in between the horns, easily fit bowl, you know, but you could fit it in a more creative way, you know? I don't know, maybe add another shade of red for some shadows.
Spencer forgot that we have a handful of logos, but this is just a good break for you guys to like and subscribe for the videos. It really helps us out a lot. Spencer, our videographer, spaced like 3 or 4 logos.
Freaking Spencer, this guy.
And we don't know anything about the NBA, so we don't know who we're listening. Here we are. Thain got a haircut, and his hair is still not done.
Yeah, Kyler's like, someone commented and said like, does this guy ever do his hair? And I'm like, no. I know.
Thunder.
OKC, Oklahoma City.
All right, we've seen this logo already because we
talked about their jerseys.
Yeah, if you haven't seen our jersey logo, our jersey video, you need to go watch that. Yeah. Pretty straightforward, honestly. I liked all the colors.
Yeah, I think the colors were great. The colors were very good. Pretty fresh team.
Were they somewhere else before?
Yeah, they used to be the Seattle Sonics.
Anything honestly unique about it, or?
They have a cool mascot.
Okay.
It's a bison. His name is Rumble.
I will say, I don't think the shield is straight. No.
There's more white space on the left side.
Yeah, there's more.
Oh, what the heck? Wow, there really is. Maybe it's supposed to add dimension, but I don't know about that.
It's throwing me off. It bugs me. Yeah, it bugs me a lot. And the yellow doesn't help that.
No, that's why I thought maybe it was just the yellow, but there's definitely a lot of space there.
The inside shield is not centered with the outside shield. I do like the OKC text.
Yeah, I think that looks great. I don't like how Thunder looks.
I don't like how Thunder
They
looks.
literally just slapped it on there.
It's way too tall. I just noticed another thing about this logo. The R is hanging off.
Oh.
And it's just like, no. even though it is centered. Technically it is centered
yes, because the T
is hanging off
Right.
on that side. Visually, I would have made the R.
sit on that edge
shield.
for sure.
I wonder what the thought was by adding that yellow, though. There's only one
Yeah,
spot
only one
where
spot.
there's yellow.
But I do want to say quick shout out to the guy that emailed us, the guy that reached out to us from OKC. You know who you are. All right, here we go. I'm sorry, OKC.
I went low, so I'm
Your
not.
jerseys are cool. We'll give you that.
Yeah, I'm unapologetic though. Like I feel like there's so many better things they could have done. Like I said, they have a bison. Where's the bison?
I gave it a 5. I like the way that OKC kind of fits in there. It feels like it's kind of like jumping in or like moving out. And honestly, like that to me, like my eyes go right to that every time, and I almost ignore everything in the background. It's nice that it's not just a circle. So that gets
true.
points
That's
for
true.
me. New Orleans Pelicans.
Marlins.
Fun fact, this is where the Jazz came from.
That's kind of a fierce looking pelican.
Yeah, it is a fierce looking
cool.
pelican. It like works really well too. Like
It feels like a pirate logo.
yeah. Where's rum gone? Yeah, like the text is super cool, and it's like kind of has like a bit of that like slab serif to it, almost like
for sure.
I like too. Like the colors feel very like New Orleans, like. Interesting. The pelican actually represents teamwork, which I don't know why.
Where'd that come from?
State bird as well.
Oh, nice. This is their most current.
Cool, but yeah, this is our new brand mark or new logo.
This is their most current. Yes.
Okay. That looks like a badge for like the Navy.
Oh yeah,
Like
definitely for the Navy,
Airborne Army.
Or
Air Force.
Air Force, yeah.
Air Force,
something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, the shape of it is super rad. Like, and they got the basketball in there. What's nice is their text. They still kept it like the original.
I like the older one more. I thought that.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a little bit more pizzazz.
Yeah, a little
for-
bit more
definitely.
cohesive too.
And I wonder what the thought is behind that. Like, for them to just take something that they already had and just kind of deconstruct
Yeah,
it
they
into
kind
something
of
more simple.
separated it.
Maybe the other one was just too grandiose and they like just needed something more simple. I don't know.
I think so they can separate the brand mark and the text. And the old one, it has the text with the brand mark. So this way, now they can separate the brand mark with the text.
But I feel like you still could, even with this one. You just take off the text and kind of adjust that. You could even make that white stroke where the pelican is gold. Yeah, I feel like you could use both, I guess is what I'm
definitely.
trying
Like
to say.
the other one feels like what you're explaining to do just feels like the version of that.
Yes, exactly. Like, it's interesting you wouldn't still just keep this one.
Yeah, then
and
use the other
add
one
that
separate. Yeah.
Yeah. And they did have some really cool like secondary logos. And if you guys out there want to look up their secondary logos, I suggest you do.
See what you guys.
New Orleans.
I gave it a 7.
I'm giving it a 9.
Oh, yeah.
I went kind of low. I did a 6.
I can kind of feel like why you gave it a 9, just because it's like super balanced, very unique. They made it look really good. The colors they used for it too, just
Oh, yeah.
in the beak.
I don't know. They did a good job spreading that red.
And for like this kind of mascot logo, like it's pretty simple, but I feel like it like you get a lot of the dimension. Like in his kind of face, you kind of like see like his eyes and like those eyebrows, and you can kind of see the dimension of the beak. And even in the basketball, like just how they did that like gold with like the white highlight, it like gives it some 3D dimension too. But then you still kind of have like the flat wings, which is like, it's kind of nice because it directs your eye to the center, but you still have this cool shape.
Yeah.
And I just love their text too.
All right, Miami Heat. I don't know what to think about this logo, to be honest. This is their old one.
Oh, okay.
And I know exactly why they changed. And I looked it up, and yeah, they changed because it was easier to produce. They changed from this gradient to a more solid look, and honestly, it looks bad.
It does. It looks really bad.
It looks so bad.
Ah.
And they started back in 1988 with that gradient, And then in 99, they switched to a more solid color. And it looks so bad.
Yeah, that
It's
is
like
rough.
it's just this random little yellow that does not blend out with the red at all.
Oh, that looks so weird.
And that specific red on that black is just, I don't know, just does not look great.
There's just so many inconsistencies with like line weight.
Yeah, I was
like you
looking
see
at-
the lines through the ball are different from the halo,
Yeah.
and then the lines in the flames are different from the ball, and like
The yellow being separated from
I know that's silly.
so weird.
The text is cool though.
Yeah,
I hate that tee.
Really?
Yeah.
I love that tee. It's so cool. It like boxes it in.
It's the only letter that has a flame on it, though. And
Well, but where else would you put the flame? It looked better in the earlier one.
I think what maybe could look better is like, you know, when you like see flames and like there's a piece coming off, like more of that, and rather than it being connected.
An ember.
Yeah. It's funny that it's right aligned
Yeah.
rather than left aligned.
That's true. Yeah, that is interesting.
Like I get it, center aligned gets probably overused.
let's see what you guys gave it. Give it a 2.
Hey, I went 2 also.
2.
I gave it a
say-
4.
Okay.
You guys might get some heat.
Ha! Oh, Spencer! Honestly, the idea of the logo is very cool.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
execution is very
It's
poor.
rough. Yeah, it's
How would
not
you
great.
change it?
How would you change
Yeah,
it?
what would
You
you
could
do?
just mess with the flames a lot.
Yeah,
more,
oh, yeah.
Make them look better.
I think too, like the hoop,
Looks like a halo rather than.
and it just looks like a placeholder right now. Like
Yeah.
they could give it some dimension, like have it go a little bit thinner as it goes around the ball, so it looks a little bit more 3D. Like the only thing that sells it, that the basketball is going through it, is the flames
Yeah.
at the top. Like the shape of the circle isn't helping it like
No.
show that it's 3-dimensional.
I think those yellow flames are
The
the
yellow-
worst things ever. It looks so bad. The New York Knicks.
Who is that guy?
That's Father Knickerbocker. Yeah, like
your-
your horse riding pants. Yeah, they go by the Knicks.
with that.
They are the Knicks. I just had to say the full name so the folks at home know. This is that next one. Yeah,
That is
pretty drastic change.
That's crazy.
That ball is so detailed. That is
Yeah.
so cool.
I don't think we've ever seen a photorealistic logo.
Yeah, like a photorealistic ball. 3D effect on Knicks almost looks like it was like color penciled in.
Oh yeah.
Which
I wonder what software they had back then.
Crayola,
Reproducing that is not easy.
Yeah, so they changed it. Dropped that
especially back then.
photorealistic ball.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah, they've kind of only had Father Knickerbocker, that other one, this one, and then the next one.
It's interesting that the
So
Knicks,
like they kind of just changed the colors.
right? The Knicks logo is like red, white, and blue,
Yeah.
which kind of like works better with their previous stuff.
The lines are bugging me in that logo.
Oh yeah.
So thin.
Yeah.
It looks
All
like
over.
every letter comes out at a different.
Yeah. And maybe that's what they're going for, but it doesn't look good.
People just don't know how to use line width, the weight, and all that jazz.
It's like a perspective trick too, right? Like
Yeah.
you're not
Oh,
all
yeah.
going to the same vanishing point. So.
yeah.
It's true, yeah. Yeah, the ball looks very separate from
Yeah.
the
There's
rest.
just a random little blue line on the left side that's connected to the ball, and it's not on the other.
Oh yeah. That's so weird.
I must be like way too much of a perfectionist. Also, the line in the middle of the basketball is way thicker than the other lines, and it's like, what the heck?
Yeah, that again color change. It's
Right.
better. It's better, but
Bright orange.
yes.
Dang. Okay. Yeah. Poor color choices for sure.
Yeah, the
Orange and blue.
well the shadows are like
Yeah.
off with that blue outline.
Yeah. I mean, you would see a shadow on the left side of all of those,
Oh yeah.
but you're only seeing it on like the, yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, that blue is very
They
bright.
did not need to add that black there.
Oh yeah, for
They
sure.
could have left that blue and it would look way better. The shape is super sick though.
I
Big
think
fan.
this is like the best update that they had. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I like the font choice. For
Oh yeah. Lots better, lots better.
Oh, okay.
There's still some weird line stuff going on, but
And they have changed their orange shade a few times.
yeah.
Their colors are much better. I think they realized, oh wow, these colors are so hard to read and see.
How hard to look at.
And that's just like that was a perfect example of why certain colors don't work.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
you can't just have any colors together and think that it's gonna work out. I think the biggest thing is the colors that made
Oh,
this logo much better.
Major improvement.
Yeah, you see it a lot, like, you know, orange and blue contrast each other. But if they're both very saturated,
Yeah, if they're
they
both
no longer
competing, then it
contrast
doesn't
each
work.
other.
Yeah.
Now they're just like screaming at you.
Yeah.
But where they've like turned this orange way down, it just works so much better with that like super saturated blue. And they really didn't change much from just Knicks with the basketball.
No, of
I
course.
really like how they put
kinda-
New York up there too.
Yeah, out of New York and then out that triangle.
Kyle's going to have all the New Yorkers coming at him.
All right, let's rank it. Here you go. I give it a 5.
I went
know you
9.
guys get
Yeah,
higher.
I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite basketball logos.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
I just don't know that there's anything super unique about it that I love.
I love the 3D text. I don't think hardly any of them have had that 3D text.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I like that triangle in the background. I feel like it kind of adds to the shape that like it's already making. Yeah, I totally agree with Thain. I like the 3D text. I think it's really cool. I think like the typeface for Knicks is cool.
Yeah, I will say it's balanced. Very, very balanced. So that's good. All right, that was the last video for the NBA logos. We really, really appreciate you guys watching the full series. If you guys have any other logos and other sports teams or any other genre of logos you want us to react to, please let us know in the comments. Please don't forget to like and subscribe as well. It definitely helps a lot. But we really enjoy having you guys as our audience, and really enjoy having you guys watch our videos, and seeing all your comments come through. Really, really fun to read. Please comment down below your favorite NBA logo that we've done.
You gotta like it and you gotta subscribe it.